Okay,
Okay. All right. Judge, we're going to need a Spanish interpreter too.
okay. Yes?
No, that's what we needed.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to ask.
And thank you for, Judge, for allowing me to readdress this case,
Okay.
Judge.
You see how, wait, time out, did you see how he said thank you? See that? We're doing stuff here, has nothing to do with the thank you, but do you see how it's a man? Men's just automatic, thank you. All the women in the room saying, sorry, George did it too, don't do it anymore. Don't do it. We're teaching things going on, but you see how quickly, he didn't flinch. It was like, hey, we need an interpreter, thank you. You see that?
Take some pointers.
Smooth. Okay. Hold on, I got a call. Thank you for your patience.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter, and I have been previously sworn.
Wonderful. We're in the middle of some sort of hearing. And we have Mr. Perez Fiandora, so I'll let you check in on his headset and make sure he can hear you.
Certainly, Your Honor. Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm that this defendant is able to hear through the headset.
Okay, case number 2023 CF 002609AO. We're here on an initial appearance from Mr. Oscar Alberto Perez Andor, charged with burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery. He was set at no bond earlier this morning. Mr. Rivas just filed a notice of appearance. He wants to be heard on his bond status now. And, ma'am, what is your name in the box?
Adis Leo Maritani.
So how is he gonna do?
Your Honor, does the witness also need the services of the interpreter?
You speak Spanish only? Yeah,
Speak Spanish.
yeah. Is there a
Your Honor,
headset?
we can just
number?
remove the headphones from the defendant, and I'll just go ahead and do it consecutively over the headphones. I would just
Lovely.
respectfully request that everybody please speak clearly and in short phrases.
Very good. All right, Mr. Rivas, did you want to talk to her?
Señor Rivas, usted quería hablar con ella.
Judge, I would, but I would like to take some testimony from my client first, Judge.
Okay.
Quiera, pero primero quiero tomar testimonio de mi cliente primero.
Okay. Mr. Perez Diaz, Fiandor, since when have you lived in Orlando?
Yes,
Señor Pérez Díaz Fiador, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva usted viviendo en Orlando?
desde el 2014.
Since 2014.
Do you own your own company, Jessup Towing LLC?
I'm sorry, Counsel, if you could kindly repeat the name of the company?
Do you own your own company, Jesse Towing LLC, since 2015?
Usted es dueño de su propia empresa, Jesse Tooling LLC, desde 2015.
Sí, correcto.
Yes, that's correct.
Do you work for Copart since 2015?
Usted trabaja desde el 2015 para la empresa Copart.
Sí, correcto.
Are you a
Yes, that's
U.S.
correct.
permanent resident?
Y usted es un residente permanente de los Estados Unidos.
Sí.
And
Yes.
if you're released on a bond, will you be living on 8317 Auburn Avenue, Orlando, Florida, 32817?
Y si usted lo liberan bajo fianza, usted vivirá en el 8317 Auburn Drive, Orlando, Florida, 32817.
Sí, correcto.
Yes, that's correct.
And do you promise this court to abide by all the conditions, including no contact with the victim and including the not returning to the scene?
Y usted, si lo liberan bajo fianza, usted promete cumplir con todos los requisitos que le otorgue el tribunal, incluyendo prohibición de contacto con la víctima y no regresar al lugar de los acontecimientos.
Sí, completamente correcto.
Yes, completely correct.
In regards to our bond amount, how much do you have in
Counsel, could
savings?
you kindly move, my apologies, Counsel, could you kindly move from the mic a little bit? You're distorting. My apologies.
Sorry. In regards to our bond amount, how much do you have in your savings account?
Y referente a la cantidad de la fianza, ¿cuánto tiene usted en estos momentos en su cuenta de ahorros?
Unos $4,000.
About $4,000.
Does that include your checking account as well?
¿Eso incluye los fondos en su cuenta de cheque también?
Sí, todo.
Yes, all of it.
Yeah, that's all I have, Judge. Thank you.
Eso es todo lo que tengo, su señoría. Muchas gracias.
State has no questions.
Fiscalía no tiene preguntas.
Judge, I'd like to take some testimony from Ms. Adiz
Okay.
Leon.
Okay, go
Señor,
ahead.
su señoría quisiera tomarle testimonio a la señorita Adis León.
Ms. Leon, how do you know Mr. Perez Fiandor?
Señorita León, ¿cómo es que usted conoce al señor Pérez Díaz?
Yo viví en Cuba, lo conocí desde hace muchos años. Yo vine hace poco tiempo, pero yo lo conozco de una vida de Cuba.
Well, I lived in Cuba and I've known him from there for several years. I've only been here a little while, but I knew him for quite a while in Cuba.
You reside with Mr. Perez Fiandor?
¿Usted vive con el señor Pérez Fiandor?
Sí,
How long have you resided with him?
¿Cuánto tiempo ha convivido usted con él?
11 meses.
11 months.
Are you his wife?
¿Usted es la esposa de él?
Sí,
Yes.
And do you promise this court, in the case of any incident, or in the case that he does not comply, to notify the attorney and notify this court?
¿Usted promete a este tribunal que si fuese a suceder algún otro incidente, o si usted no fuese a cumplir con los requisitos del tribunal, que usted informaría al abogado y a la corte?
seguro.
Sure.
Thank you, Judge. All I have is argument.
Any questions?
Señoría, lo único que tengo es argumento.
No questions, Your Honor.
¿Otra pregunta? No, su señoría.
Okay, Mr. Rivas, go ahead.
Judge, I would ask for a bond in the
I'm
amount of,
sorry, Counsel. Your Honor, if I could respectfully request that everyone please give the interpreter an opportunity to interpret before they start speaking. Thank you, Your Honor.
sorry,
Go ahead, Mr. Rivas.
thank you. Your Honor, I would like to request a bond in the amount of $25,000 range.
Su señoría quisiera pedir una fianza en una gama de $25,000.
The basis for that, Judge, Mr. Perez Fiandor has been in the community since 2014.
La razón por la cual es que el señor Pérez Fiandor lleva en la comunidad desde el año 2014,
He's been working for Copart since 2015.
lleva trabajando para Copart desde el 2015.
Copart's one of the largest national auction businesses in the United States.
I'm sorry, Counsel, one of the largest, what I cut out.
It's one of the largest automobile auction businesses in the United States.
Esa es una de las empresas más grandes de subasta en los Estados Unidos.
He's also a permanent resident of the United States.
Él es un residente permanente de los Estados Unidos.
He also has a residence which he resides in Orlando, Florida.
Tiene una residencia en Orlando, Florida, donde él vive.
And lastly, Judge, he has no prior criminal history.
Y por último, su señoría, él no tiene antecedente penal.
Thank you, Judge.
Muchas gracias, su señoría.
Your Honor, state would still be asking that you stay the no bond that you previously set.
Su señoría, estamos pidiendo por parte de la Fiscalía que deje tal como está la prohibición o el derecho a no tener fianza en este momento.
Mr. Perez Fiandor is charged currently with a first-degree felony that's punishable by life, and he is not entitled to a bond at this time.
En este momento, el señor Pérez Fiandor está acusado de un delito mayor de primer grado con una posible pena de cadena perpetua y por lo tanto no tiene derecho a fianza en este momento.
The alleged victim is not here to be able to give his testimony.
La presunta víctima no se encuentra para poder dar su testimonio.
And the facts alleged within the affidavit are concerning, so state's asking that this be set for an Arthur hearing, which will be within 5 days, so the victim can be heard regarding whether or not he wants contact with Mr. Perez Fiandor and whether or not he thinks he can be safe if a bond is set.
Debido a las alegaciones contenidas en el affidavit, estamos pidiendo que se programe una vista de Arthur de aquí a 5 días para permitir a la víctima que se presente y dé testimonio sobre si desea contacto y si se siente seguro.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just make sure I understand you're relying on the affidavit, Ms. Fleming, so I want to just check this affidavit.
Déjeme ver si entiendo bien. Usted se está basando, licenciada Fleming, en el affidavit, por lo tanto, quiero estar segura.
The affidavit alleges that Mr. Perez Fiandor
El affidavit se alega que el señor Pérez Fiandor
went to his daughter's ex-boyfriend's house
fue a la casa del exnovio de su hija
and looks like they got into an altercation, correct?
parece que tuvieron un altercado, ¿no es correcto?
Yes, he knocked on the door. The victim told him to leave. He lunged at the victim, pushing him inside, and began to fight him.
Sí, él tocó la puerta, la víctima le dijo que se marchara, él empujó a la víctima, se le lanzó a la víctima, lo empujó hacia adentro y empezó a pelear con él.
Is there any other aggravating factor involved?
¿Hay algún otro factor agravante?
Other than there being other witnesses, a younger son present, and the injury sustained by the victim, and Mr. Perez Fiandor being intoxicated, I don't believe there are any other aggravating factors.
Más allá que hay una hubieron testigos, inclusive hubo un hijo menor que estuvo presente, las lesiones que sostuvo la víctima y el hecho de que el señor Pérez Fiandor estaba ebrio.
The victim just has a right to feel safe within their home, and Mr. Perez Fiandor squandered that right of safety within his own home.
La víctima tiene derecho a sentirse seguro dentro de su propio hogar y el señor Pérez Fiandor le ha vencido ese derecho a sentirse seguro en su hogar.
Okay. Bonds at $30,000, no contact with the victim, no alcohol, no violence.
La fianza estará programada en $30,000, no se le permite contacto con la víctima, no se le permite ingerir alcohol o actos de violencia.
Your Honor, I would also ask for no return and no weapons.
Su señoría, la fiscalía también pide que se le prohíba regresar al lugar de los acontecimientos y que no porte armas.
No return, no weapons.
No puede regresar al lugar de los acontecimientos y no puede portar armas.
Mr. Rivas, do you need anything else?
No, Your Honor, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Interpreter. Goodbye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, court's adjourned. Yes, am I adjourned? Can I be adjourned? Thank you so much. Close. Call. Oh, who can we prank? Who is Magistrate Bedwell? Should we call and hang up on her? No? Duncan? Who are these? No? And interpreter. Oh, why does it say Osceola again?
Good morning. This is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line.
Hello,
I
good
am in
morning. How
Osceola.
are you?
I'm doing great. I don't know if it's because I'm in Osceola.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, yeah, I've never
I don't know.
been to Osceola. Don't plan on it. Okay, Mr. Salas Martin?
Yes.
Okay, case number 23, CT 132AA. Looks like you have a driving under the influence charge and a driving with a suspended license charge. Did you put these in a different order? Are these what? Oh, yeah. Oh, did you put the Spanish on the top? Yeah. Because I was like, I remember him, but he was in there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure I didn't lose my mind.
No.
Okay. All right, so you have a couple of old cases, Mr. Sellers, open cases. You have 2 failure to appears. It looks like you had a DUI already. And that case is still open. case number 2022
Ajá.
CT 1728AW.
Sí, ya fui una vez, la primera vez.
I already went to a hearing on that the first time.
Okay, but then it looks like you might have missed a hearing because you failed to appear on that
Sí,
case.
sí. Ajá, no. Okay, okay, okay.
So, you have so I see two cases, 2022 CT 1729AW and 1728AW. Both those cases, DUI and driving without a valid driver's license, were in Division 82. They're open,
Ajá. Okay.
and you failed to appear, and that judge in those two cases issued a warrant for your arrest, holding you, asking to hold you no bond. In the meantime, got picked up on another,
Ajá.
it looks like it's the same, driving with a suspended license and another DUI, so this is not a good situation. So,
Oh,
this is very, very concerning. So on the old cases, you're gonna be held no bond. You'll have to go back and see that
no tengo
judge.
fianza. ¿Será que no me pueden dar una oportunidad para salir?
Can I get a chance to get out?
You're gonna have to wait and talk to the judge, but this is your lawyer here, she's going to help you. What they'll probably do is bring your case before the judge in Division 82, the original judge you had on your old DUI,
Ajá.
ask that judge to modify your bond so that you can be released. But I'm not gonna do that. Do you understand?
Ajá. Ajá. Sí, yo quiero que me den una
Yes.
oportunidad.
And I've already let the attorney know so they can set a hearing.
Oh, okay, great. So on the new DUI, I do find cause on both counts and set your bonds at $500 for each count. That's it. Good luck to you.
Okay.
Enjoy your stay.
Okay. ¿Tengo fianza acá? Okay, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oscar Alberto Perez Fiandor.
Sí, sí.
Yes.
Okay. It looks like you've been charged with burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery, probable cause in the affidavit, and gets a bond, right?
It is a first degree felony that is punishable by life.
Oh, this is a
Requesting-
PBL?
State no bond pending an Arthur hearing.
Okay, no bond today. Thank you.
It would just ask for no contact with the victim while he's incarcerated.
No contact with the victim. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, are you Dionysia Perez Guzman?
Yes.
All right, looks like you have an open case, CF 1057AO. That case was possession of cocaine and possession of, you had a bond in that case. I'm going to revoke that bond and set your status on that case as no bond. On your new case, you have 8 counts. I reviewed the affidavit, find probable cause for all the counts. Set them as follows. Count 1, trafficking in oxycodone, $500,000 bond. Count 2, trafficking in dangerous fentanyl, $1 million bond. Possession of amphetamine, 1,000. Possession of controlled substance, 1,000. Now we're on to count 5, trafficking in cocaine, 50,000. Possession of methamphetamine, 1,000. And then 7 and 8, possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of cannabis, 500.
Your Honor, I would ask that you reduce the 15,000, at least to 1,000. She already has the 500,000 and the $1 million bond.
Denied, thank you. Hold on, let me check, I have 1 second. He ran out of room.
Have it as 500 million, 150, 500, 250.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, no, it's all 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Nothing says 2. You're so smart. Oh. There is account 9 as well, possession of controlled substance, 1,000. And Ms. George, your motion is denied, thank you. Okay, next one. Is that all for the Spanish interpreter? This one? And this weird piece of paper? What's my arraignment? Weird. Okay. In jail arraignment. This is something else I never did. In jail arraignment? Not on the weekend. Whole new shift for me. Shift is completely different. Mr. Ramirez Montejo, is that you?
Yes.
All right, looks like you're here for an arraignment on one misdemeanor count of leaving the scene of an accident involving property damage. This is a second-degree misdemeanor. How do you wish to plead to the charge?
No me opongo.
Well, no contest.
You want to plead no contest? Do you have an offer? There's no offer.
Does not appear he has an attorney. I would ask that you appoint the public defender's office, Your Honor.
I appoint the public defender's office on every case today for purposes of initial appearances.
Okay, thank you. And we will enter.
All right. All right, thank you.
We need the date.
This case is set in Division 80, pre-trial, March 13th at 9 o'clock.
9C.
Okey-dokey. Weird. Okay, is that it? All right, that's all for the Spanish interpretation cases. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You do the same. Thank you.
All right, Ryan Peterson,
Yes, ma'am.
how are you?
Good, Your Honor.
All right, looks like you have an open case, 2022 CF 0127411AO. On that case, I'm going to revoke your old bond. Yep.
There's actually an offer to resolve his new charge, and in exchange, I would ask that you take no action on the.
Okay, what's the offer?
An adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and court cost, and Mr. Peterson would like to accept the state's.
Wonderful, let's do it. No action on 2022 CF 0127411AO, and I'll find a factual basis, find probable cause on the arrest affidavit. And Mr. Peterson, you want to resolve your case today on this disorderly conduct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you fill out the plea form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that form has all the rights you're giving up today? There's not going to be a trial, we're not going to call any witnesses, you're giving up all those rights and some appealable rights when you enter a plea today, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, I find you understand the rights you're giving up today in exchange for this plea. Find a factual basis to accept the plea and impose the following sentence. Adjudication, how many days?
2.
2 days jail with credit for the 2 days you served. That's your signature, right? Okay. And I'll give you 6 months to pay from the date of your release. And if you can't pay within 6 months, just report to the clerk's office and work out a payment plan, okay? All right, thank you, good luck to you, have a nice day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Lindsay Burton? Lindsay Burton, no? Who are these? Are these arraignments?
Arraignment.
Well,
Arraignments.
arraignment.
Who's that?
Herrera, Isaac.
Says it was canceled.
Yeah, it is canceled. It was waived.
The arraignment
Isaac Noel Gutierrez is the closest thing I have.
was waived. His arraignment. Oh, okay. Yeah, he doesn't, we don't need him. His arraignment was waived.
Oh, it's not on here.
Hello, what's your name?
Missy Burton.
That's Burton. Oh,
I have it on the first one.
It was on the.
sure, sure.
Okay, she's gonna double check, but that's what we saw.
I have it.
I don't see him.
Isaac Herrera? Herrera,
Anything?
1242.
I don't see anything else holding him.
I have it scheduled for March 15th downtown.
You saw, but there's nothing. All I have is a petty theft holding you. Oh. I just looked at the site.
Site.
No sorries. You say, thank you. Thank you for
I
your
don't know about
patience.
other counties. I only see Orange County.
No sorries ever.
There's nothing.
Always say,
This is,
thank you for your patience.
this is the only thing I have.
Thank you for your patience. And then count, and then,
I don't have out of county. I can only see Orange County.
all right, thank you for your patience.
I don't know. That's what I'm telling you.
Are you,
I'm sorry, pretrial, does he have any holds other than the petty theft? Thank you. We can continue. I just wanted her to check while
no
we're going.
problem. Thank you for your patience.
You'll sign here. And she's gonna check for you.
Yes, he has an out-of-county with Brevard,
Okay.
a detainer, so
With a bond or no bond?
no bond, it's a FTA.
Okay, thank you. So once you resolve this, they'll transport you.
You know how long it take?
I do not.
You can sign it for me?
Oh, I can't sign up for you. I can sign it.
So I gotta sign this if I wanna go home.
No, listen. You.
But I'm not gonna go to
Going
Brevard.
home today. You're going to Brevard if you resolve it. You can pay the bond and then you can go.
Okay, Mr.
Okay, Your
Burton.
Honor, we're gonna enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, Mr. Burton, you're charged with petty theft.
I don't know.
I'm gonna accept the plea of not guilty from you, set the case for trial. Thank you, bye.
I'll
This
sign
will
it.
be heard in Division 83 for pretrial March 20th.
No,
at
we're moving on.
8:30.
He's not sure.
Courtroom
He's not sure.
6C.
Thank you.
Can I sign it? Can I finish signing it, please?
I can't hear.
Now he wants to take the offer, Your Honor.
All right. Well, we already entered a plea of not guilty, so goodbye.
No, I didn't wanna put not guilty, I was putting no contest.
You wanna plead no contest to the charge of petty theft? It's a first-degree misdemeanor.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
gonna have a prior, and they're gonna use this one, if you do it again, to upgrade you to a felony. That's very dangerous. You sure you wanna do that, or you wanna wait and see if your lawyer can figure out how to get you out of this? It's up to you, but you just gotta think about what happens next. There's gonna be this is an enhanceable crime, and it's a first-degree misdemeanor. And it's gonna be fingerprints, adjudication, they're gonna carry this one, or this one's gonna follow you really close.
He's not sure, Your Honor. I think he
Yeah.
needs more time.
If you,
Contest.
when in doubt, don't.
Yes.
See you
I'm
next
just putting
time.
no
Thank you, bye.
contest.
Goodbye. Robert Dibble. Mr. Dibble? Dibble.
And there was an offer to resolve on Mr. Dibble.
Adjudication, credit time served?
So it's a withhold credit and non-return.
How do you
to
do
Walmart.
withhold and credit? I'm happy to do it, but how do you do a withhold with credit? You can't do that. I just don't know logistically, how does that get recorded? It's an withhold is non-jail. So the only way I would think, I don't know how to do it, like withhold probation as a condition, I don't withhold, like how do you, I'm sure there's a way, but you gotta tell me, so.
I know there's a case that came out recently and some of the, like, it's kind of like everyone's kind of confused on how to handle it. So it can
Right.
just be a withhold and no return.
Withhold court cost, no return.
Thank you. And he would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Dibble, how are you? Good morning.
Fine, Your Honor, thank you.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth? Okay, thank you. All right. And your lawyer's telling me that you want to enter a plea of no contest to this petty theft? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, it's a second-degree misdemeanor. The offers of withhold credit and withhold court costs. Is that what you want to do to resolve your case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so it's not going to be a trial, you're not going to call any witnesses, you're giving up all these rights and some appealable rights when you enter a plea of no contest to the charge. Do you understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
And this paper that you signed, it has all those same rights that we just went over. Is this your signature on this piece of paper?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
All right, you sure you don't have any questions?
No.
Okay, I find you understand the rights you're giving up today. I'll accept your plea and impose the following sentence. Withhold court costs. Your court costs are $323. That includes the $50 for the public defender. I'm gonna give you 6 months to pay or report to the clerk's office, one or the other. Work out a payment plan with them, okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, bye. Have a nice day.
And you didn't give him credit for time served.
Somebody tell me how to do it and I will, but I don't know how to do a withhold. Somebody's gotta.
You're gonna do either the credit time served will be a condition of the probation, which will be 23 days, and then you'll satisfy the same day. No, it's not.
But that's what I remember, right?
That's it.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that.
You be charged with whatever you want.
Nope.
I
Withhold
mean,
court
either
costs.
time served itself, because it's a.
And really, what's the, what, what's,
No, you
what's
don't
the,
You can do plea no contest, withhold, and so I'm gonna put release if it adds to this case. Okay. You got it. It's okay.
yeah, it's different, yeah. And then, you know what, next week it'll be somebody else telling you to do it completely different, another way. It's horrible. Okay.
What? Just release, you can do whatever you want.
Isaac Noel Gutierrez, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right, looks like you're charged with battery on a domestic violence. This is your arraignment. And how do you wish to plea?
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll accept your plea of not guilty, set the case for trial. Good luck to you.
Case will be heard in Division 50, pretrial March 31st at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4E.
Douglas Saunders. Hello, how are you?
Good.
You got charged with exposure of sexual organs. It's a first-degree misdemeanor.
Oh, sorry.
Is there an offer?
Yes, Judge, the offer to resolve was an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and no return to Foxtail at 12001 Collegiate Way.
And Mr. Sanders would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, how many days does he have?
That's 22 days.
22.
You'll get
Wow,
this to me.
that's a long time. Okay. All right, Mr. Saunders, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is this your signature here on this plea form?
Yes.
You understand this form has all the rights you're giving up today?
Yes.
It's not gonna be a trial, we're not gonna call any witnesses, you're giving up all these rights and some appealable rights when you enter a plea of no contest to the charge. You understand all that?
Yes.
Anybody force you to do this?
No.
You have any questions?
No.
All right, adjudicate, and you understand it's adjudication and credit time served for the 22 days, you gotta pay court costs, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I find you understand the rights you're giving up today, I'll accept your plea and impose the following sentence. It's an adjudication, 22 days jail with credit for the 22 days that you served. Don't go back to that Foxfield address that they just mentioned. And you have 6 months to pay your court costs or report to the clerk's office to work out a payment plan. Do you understand? All right, any questions?
No.
All right, goodbye, have a nice day. Maribeth Serrano? Hello, how are you? All right, looks like you got charged with a second-degree misdemeanor, defrauding some food and lodging, and
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
enter a plea of not guilty, set the case for trial. Thank you, good luck to you.
Case will be heard in Division 84, pretrial April 13th at 8:45, courtroom 4B.
April 13th? Is that what you
April 13th,
Thank you.
8:45.
Hope you like this lodging better than the last lodging. I couldn't help myself. That was right there. It was right there. Mr. Gresgors Sinecki?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good.
All right, that's good to hear. Looks
better.
like you got charged with battery, domestic violence. It's a violation of probation, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. We're gonna enter a denial.
All right, I'll accept your denial to the probation violation and set the case for hearing.
BOP status will be set in Division 50, March 20th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
Rhonda Monique Vaught, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. You have 2 first-degree misdemeanors, trespass and resisting an officer without violence. Anything for her to resolve the case today?
No, Your Honor.
We're gonna ensure a plea of not guilty.
All right, I'll accept your plea of not guilty, set the case for trial.
Pretrial will be held in Division 82, March 30th at 8:30, courtroom 9B.
Okay, thank you, bye.
So I don't get time served? I've been here for like 40 days.
Do you know why we're not making
It's a
it?
lot.
They dropped it from a felony to a misdemeanor.
Yeah, it was a felony, and they dropped it to a misdemeanor. It is a victim case, which is why I can't plea it today.
That's
I
why.
haven't had contact with the victim.
What's the bond?
I'm assuming she's still here on her felony bond. It was a robbery, which came in at 1,000, a resisting, that was 100, and assault, that was 100, and a Burr conveyance, which is 150. She's currently only here on the 2 M1s, the trespass and the resisting. So if you want to do a,
You want to lower the
or a
bond?
tennis bond motion, state would have no
Yes.
objection.
I can't get out and bond.
Oh, she can't afford a bond.
Oh, sorry. Bye.
I'll let the attorney know.
Okay.
Thank you.
This way.
Oh, sign. Okay, let's see where we are now. Are you Mr. Mark Clark? Are you Mr. Mark Clark?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Mark Clark.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right.
All right. Mr. Mark Clark, you're
And-
here on a resisting an officer without violence and possession of cannabis. I reviewed the affidavit, find probable cause, set your bonds at
Your Honor.
5.
I'm sorry. I had a PC challenge as to the cannabis. Based on the affidavit, the officer did not test the marijuana, so I'd argue no PC as to the cannabis charge, and asked for an ROR. As to the resisting, Your Honor, he has no, I don't see any convictions. I see one juvenile for arrest. Looks like some juvenile arrest, but no convictions. So I would ask for an ROR as to the resisting. He would probably qualify for pretrial diversion.
Why doesn't he qualify now?
Oh, they don't do the pretrial diversion until later.
Diversion would be through the state, not pretrial.
Say again?
Pretrial diversion would be through the state
Oh,
program.
pretrial I thought you were saying pretrial release. Sorry, I got excited.
Given,
Why doesn't he qualify for pretrial release?
I
We
don't
could
know.
not verify any community ties.
Oh,
They probably couldn't get anyone.
oh, yes, because it says transient right here on this piece of paper in front of my face.
Homeland?
Your Honor, state agrees with defense on count 2 that there's no PC. The
Okay. So
alleged cannabis.
ROR on count 2, what are we doing with count 1?
500. No?
Your Honor, state has no objection to an ROR on the resisting. He would likely qualify for the resisting PTD program. He doesn't appear to have any other failures to appear or anything that would.
Do you have an address, Mr. Mark Clark?
I have my mom address,
How old are you?
20. I had just got out of school last year.
Okay, so your mom, if you're 20 years old, and you don't have a place to live, and your mom is here, that's where you live. You have a mama, right? She's gonna be your mama forever. That's your address is, if you don't have an address, it always goes back to your mama. No?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your mother's address?
103 Murray Drive.
103,
Murray Drive. I think it's spelled Murray.
okay, and that's in Orlando?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kirkman.
Can you do PTR now?
House or an
Is it a house or apartment?
House.
Can you do a bond or PTR? Because we're gonna have to contact the mom to verify that information.
What's your mom's name?
Darlene Mitchie.
Do you have her phone number? You know her phone?
321. 9776.
Can you do a bond or?
Can I do, what, you can't do ROR or PTR?
On the resisting charge, because
Yes, just the resisting. I would like to do PTR,
Okay,
and if that doesn't work out, ROR.
you do that.
Okay, thank you so much. Correct. Yes, please, thank you. And then hopefully his mother gives him a good, when he gets home. Okay. Isaiah Holligan? Holligan. I don't want to say, the other pronunciation would have been hooligan.
I get that.
I don't like that. I'll say Holligan, that's quite classy, Holligan. How are you today?
I'm good.
All right, looks like you're here on resisting. Is there an offer for him?
He has 2 cases, Your
Oh,
Honor.
yeah, I saw disorderly and resisting.
Yes, Your Honor, there's not at this time.
No. Okay. Find probable cause for both, and it's 2 different cases, too. All right. And he doesn't qualify?
No, Your Honor.
All right, $500 bond on the resisting and $250 on the disorderly. Thank you, bye. Junio Luis, how are you?
Doing good.
Okay, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like you got arrested for loitering or prowling. I'll find probable cause.
And state did convey an offer of an adjudication, credit for time served of 2 days, and no return to 5450 Millennia Lakes Boulevard.
You want to do that?
No, Your Honor, I see some arrests, but no conviction, so I'm gonna, ask that you set a bond of 500.
Okay, so plead no contest. Oh,
Not guilty, just
forgot it
a-
wasn't an arraignment
yes, Your
anymore.
Honor.
This is how slow my brain is working. Okay, set a bond, $500. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, don't go back to that Millennia place. Thank you. Juan Elias Valdez Castillo.
Present.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. Well, Judge.
All right, looks like you're here on a trespass. I'll find probable cause in your affidavit, and is this being resolved today or no?
No, he's in comp proceedings, Your Honor, in multiple cases.
Okay. All right, your bond is $500. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Go.
Samuel Melendez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, looks like you failed to appear, and there was a warrant issued, no bond on a petty theft in Division 82. That's a bummer. Good luck to you.
All right.
Okay, Malcolm Cooper, offer from Mr. Cooper?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication, credit time served in court.
All right. Find probable cause, alcoholic beverages, open container. You want to accept the offer, or do you want to fight your case, Mr. Cooper?
Taylor.
All right. 2 days?
280.
Yes. Yes, Judge, 2 days.
2 days? Okay. All right, so the sentence I'm going to impose, Mr. Cooper, is adjudication, 2 days jail. Thank you. and credit for the 2 days you served, then you have to pay court costs. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is this your signature on the plea form?
ma'am.
Do you review did you review
Yes,
the
ma'am.
form?
Yeah.
Do you understand that form has all the rights you're giving up today, such as your right to a trial, your right to call witnesses, your right to make the state prove the case against you beyond all reasonable doubt? You're giving up all these rights and some appealable rights when you enter a plea. You understand all that?
Mhm.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, I find you understand the rights you're giving up today in exchange for your plea, find a factual basis. Oh, did I swear you in? You swear to everything? Yes?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you. All right, and, pose the following sentence: adjudication, court costs, 2 days jail with credit for the 2 days that you served. You have 6 months to pay or report to the clerk's office before that time expires. Your costs are $323, okay? All right, have a nice day. Goodbye. Yancy Fillmore? Is that you? How are you?
All right, man. How you doing?
Oh, brother, okay, and, littering in public property.
And State Day Command offered to Mr. Fillmore of an adjudication credit for 2 days and no return.
Okay, do you want to accept the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
281. Thank you.
all right, you understand all the rights you're giving up today? It's not gonna be a trial, we're not gonna call any witnesses, you're giving up all these rights and some appealable rights, thank you. In exchange for your plea, it's gonna be an adjudication, 2 days jail with credit for the 2 days that you served, plus court costs. You understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, I find you understand the rights you're giving up today. Find PC and a factual basis to accept your plea, and I'll pose the following sentence. Adjudication, 2 days jail, credit for the 2 days that you served. Court costs $323, 6 months to pay. Thank you, goodbye.
Yes, ma'am.
Gilmari Garcia Hernandez,
Judge, he qualifies for PTR. Oh, he can.
she, what?
Cash bond.
Cash bond. Oh,
Oh.
excuse me. Okay. Lillian Jackson, is that you? How are you? Yeah, I'm sure. All right, loitering for unlawful purpose. Okay, and I didn't even know that was a misdemeanor. Really multiply, like what one thing is 5 things. Very interesting. The
There's an
laws.
offer, but we're gonna ask that you, set a bond, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I find a factual basis on probable cause for the loitering for unlawful purpose, and that's it. $1,000 bond. Thank you, bye.
Your Honor, would you consider reducing the bond to 500?
Yes,
Thank you.
$500 bond. Thank you, bye. Lonnie Watson?
Watkins, ma'am?
Watkins?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said Watson.
I said Watson, sorry.
It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, ma'am.
I make so many mistakes. The older I get, the more mistakes I make. Lonnie Watkins.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. How are you today, sir?
Another blessed day for us waking up.
Yes, same. All right, is there an offer for Mr. Watkins?
Yes, Judge, there was of an adjudication of guilt and credit for 2 days.
All right, you want to accept the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your signature here?
Yes, it is.
And do you swear to everything you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I find you understand the rights you're giving up today in exchange for the plea, find factual basis and probable cause. I'll accept your plea and impose the following sentence. Adjudication, 2 days jail, credit for the 2 days you served. You gotta pay court costs.
I know.
Okay, it's $273 plus 50, $323. I'll give you 6 months to pay, and if you can't pay in 6 months, just go to the clerk's office and work out a payment plan with them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, you have a blessed day. Good luck to you.
Woods, refuse.
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay. Alcoholic beverages, open containers, find probable cause, set the bond at $100. And you are, hold on one second, don't tell me, let me guess. Jacob Robert Edwards?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And looks like you're here on a reckless driving, alcohol related, and I'll
He
find,
qualifies for PTR, Your Honor.
wonderful, let's do PTR, no driving and drinking, and find probable cause, good luck to you. All right,
Rubio, she's bond, shared the bond.
oh, too bad, I was really looking forward to meeting her.
That was Paula Rubio, you said?
Are you Mr. Marin Williams?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine.
You got charged with driving without a valid driver's license, and
there is an offer to resolve Mr. Williams' case. State committee an offer of an adjudication and credit for 1 day.
you want to take the offer, adjudication, 1-day jail with credit for the 1 day that you served, then you got to pay court costs, $351.
Yes, ma'am.
You want a case number, 23 CT 137A8AO?
You said 23 CT 1.
23 CT 13788AO.
Thank you.
No valid driver's license. No. Yeah. I mean, we could, but we're not gonna. There's no reason. Why? Yeah, well, it's not like anybody's gonna come looking for this adjudication on a no valid driver's license when he commits another one. Okay. All right, you wanna resolve this case, right? You gotta wait, we're out, over here. Is this your signature?
He's laughing
Are
at
you
you.
uncomfortable?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you trying to protect yourself like this? People, when you go like this, people say you're trying to protect yourself.
This is a habit.
It's a habit, right? Yeah, I do this too. And then people tell you not to do it, but I still do it all the time. I'm trying to protect myself. And you gotta remind yourself to just, right? All right, so we're gonna resolve your case. You wanna do that today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is this your signature here?
Yes, ma'am.
It has all the rights you're giving up today in exchange for your plea. Do you understand that? There's not gonna be a trial, we're not gonna call any witnesses, we're not gonna make the state prove this case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. We're gonna give up all these rights today, and you're gonna enter a plea. Do you understand that? Did I swear you in? Do you swear to tell the truth? Everything you said is true, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you can put it behind you. Not- All right, I find you understand the rights you're giving up today in exchange for this plea. I find a factual basis to accept the plea and probable cause. I'll accept your plea and oppose the following sentence, Mr. Williams. It's a adjudication, 2 days, you said, or 1 day?
It's 1 day.
2 days? 1 day. Adjudication, 1 day jail with credit for the 1 day you served. You gotta pay your court costs, $351. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, have a wonderful day. All right, try not to drive without a license. Goodbye. Just try. That's all I ask. Okay.
I'm a holiday in a few minutes.
Is it wrong? They're all wrong?
Don't call out. I said, I'm looking at her like.
Don't talk about it. Everything's being recorded. It doesn't.
Can I make up some more?
Yeah, do whatever you like. We're just gonna write something different.
Doesn't matter. Just the way the law works.
I thought they were 301, no? 301, no? Traffic is 301.
256 guilty.
I know what
Let
that.
me see.
256 and 50. 306 with the state.
What? Wait, oh, well, you don't do that?
That's withhold. It's a withhold. He did, it was adjudicated,
He got adjudicated.
so it's 306.
It's oh, you're right, it's 306. Yeah, yeah. Sure, yeah. You can do whatever you want.
No, we can't.
Yeah, she made a vote.
I really do enjoy this. I do. I enjoy this. I haven't smiled this much in Lord knows how long. Really, I need this. Me too. This is fun. This is really fun. Okay. All right. Are you Jajun Bagley?
Yes, Jawan.
Jawan, sorry. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, looks like you have an open felony case, 2022 CF 0121117AO. That's not good. And now you have a new arrest on a carrying concealed firearm. A find probable cause, set your bond in that new case as $2,500, but your open case is gonna be held no bond.
And Your Honor, I would ask that you consider not revoking. He does have his license to have the firearm. However, on the out on bond, he doesn't have much of a history. He's never been convicted. So I'd ask that you consider revoking and doubling as opposed to holding him at no bond.
He has no priors?
I don't see any convictions on his record, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he has several arrests and this outstanding case. We ended up filing that case as a burg dwelling with assault or battery therein, a PBL, and a criminal mischief. I do believe it was one of the conditions of his bond on that case to not have any weapons or firearms, which he did violate. So state would be asking that you do revoke it.
Okay, I'm gonna revoke, on the old case, I'm gonna revoke the old bond, which was $5,000, and I'm gonna set a new bond at $10,000. Thank you, goodbye. No weapons, no weapons at all now, that's the condition.
Donna, it's two charges.
So it's
So
the
how do you
criminal
want to
mischief.
split?
Oh, it's two separate, what do you mean? Oh, on the old one.
On the old one, yes, Your
So
Honor.
the bond amount on the old one was what and what? Because I only have the one. Is the 5,000 a total for the old one?
It
Or is it 5,000 then 200?
He was originally only arrested on a burg occupied dwelling, that F2. And we filed the burg dwelling with assault or battery and a criminal mischief.
So he never would pay the bond on the criminal yet, right?
He got a bond on an F2, and we filed an F1 and an M1.
The F2, so that $5,000 was on the burglary.
Was on the F2, and we filed an F1 and an M1.
Okay, so on the burglary count, revoke old bond, set new bond, $10,000. On the criminal mischief count, leave it alone, no action on the other one. Okay, thank you. Cameron Barnett,
He's here in the Paris, so
he's here.
it's my death. Yes, sir.
Are you Mr. Barnett?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Barnett, it looks like you have 6, I'm looking, 6 counts. Battery on a law enforcement officer is count 1 and count 2. Possession of methamphetamine, and count 4 and 5 is resisting officers with violence, and then count 6 is possession of cannabis. I reviewed the affidavit, find probable cause for all counts.
And Your Honor, as to one of the resisting an officer with violence, I would ask that you ROR. The state can only move forward with one when it's stemming from the same incident.
State has no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so count 5 is the only count you will be ROR'd on. As to the other counts, count 1, battery on a law enforcement officer, $2,500. Count 2, battery on a law enforcement officer, $150. Count 3, possession of methamphetamine, $150. Count 4, the first count of resisting an officer with violence, $150. Count 5, we ROR'd you, and count 6, possession of cannabis, $100. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Mr. Biles Johnson? Is that how you say your last name? Biles Johnson?
Yeah, I know. I'll let them know.
Looks like you have an old case, Mr. Johnson, on 2022 CF 01405AO, possession of cocaine, and now you have a new arrest of possession of methamphetamine, and I'll find probable cause on the new arrest and revoke your bond on the old case.
I would ask that you take no action on the out on bond. He was arrested December 4th of last year, and to date, no information has been filed. I don't know, that's what I saw state. I don't know if you saw.
What?
I was trying to double check. I didn't see any information filed in that case, Your Honor. He was arrested back in December.
This case, 2022 CF 01405AO. January, February.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm just-
Really?
That is correct, and information has not yet been filed.
So I'd ask that you take no action.
All right, I'm gonna take no action on that case, and your bond in this case is $1,000.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
You're welcome.
Christopher.
By the way, see what happens when cases don't get filed? See what happens?
I'm well aware. It's definitely.
See what happens? Okay. Are you Mr. Sels, no?
Surety bond.
Christopher Celsus bonded, okay. What about Mr. Dorlian? Is that how you say it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how are you?
Not okay.
I hear you, buddy. All right, looks like you got charged with driving with a suspended license, and it's so bad that it's the habitual offender one. That's not good.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond in this case is $2,500, and I find probable cause. Good luck to you. Michael Duane?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Duane, how are you?
Hello, been better.
All right, looks like you were charged with attempted home invasion, robbery with a weapon, criminal mischief, aggravated assault with a weapon.
And Your Honor, in regards to count one, it is an F1, so he is entitled to a bond. However, state would be asking for a higher bond than what the officer currently brought it in as. Given the severity of the offense, it is an F1, and given a lot of the statements that Mr. Duane made, it's within the affidavit that he stated that he'll return back to the residence to confront him again. I swear this MFer is going to get it. He said that he did not want to do things legally because the victim is too smart and would take him to court. So state is concerned regarding the victim's safety and the defendant's likelihood to reconfront the
Isn't this the
victim.
standard bond?
Not for an F1, no, Your Honor.
So you're saying the officer made a mistake in the standard bond?
I believe so, yes.
And what is the standard bond?
That doesn't come in as any on the bond schedule, given the charge.
Oh, okay.
But a home invasion robbery with a weapon is a PBL. But since it's an attempt,
Got it.
it's not a PBL.
Okay.
So state's just argument is that it's incredibly low given the severity of the event.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any response?
Yes, Your Honor. I just point to the fact that he has never been convicted, not even arrested for any offense. Based on the sheet that I have, I'd ask that you consider that, the fact that he has been employed at the same place for over 30 years and resided in the same location for over a year in Longwood. So I just ask that you stay the bonds as set. He does not appear to have any violent history.
Okay. Count one, attempted home invasion robbery, $10,000 bond. Count two, criminal mischief, $500 bond. Count three, aggravated assault with a weapon, $2,500 bond. No contact with the victim, no return, and no weapons. Good luck to you.
You're welcome.
Miss Hilbert. Hello, Miss Hilbert, how are you? All right, looks like you have two counts. Count one is possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause in the affidavit. Set your bonds as follows. Count one is 1,000, count two is 100. Good luck to you, ma'am. Mr. Hillman,
I think they're.
Mr. Hillman, hello? You have 5 counts, Mr. Hillman. Count one is kidnapping. Count two is robbery with a firearm. Count three is grand theft in the 3rd degree. Count four is possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And count 5 is carrying a concealed firearm. I reviewed the affidavit, find probable cause for all 5 counts. Your first 2 counts, you'll be held no bond. Count 3, grand theft, $2,500 bond. Count 4, possession of the firearm, $150. Count 5, carrying a concealed firearm, 150. This concludes your hearing. Good luck to you, sir.
And your understanding, we just asked for a no contact while he's in custody with the
Yeah,
victim.
no contact with anybody you did that to. Goodbye. Benel Jean Baskin,
That's correct, ma'am.
how are you, sir?
Wouldn't be any better.
All right, looks like you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. What is a question, or is an agreement, or?
What I'm
is
trying to
just
say,
no?
whatever you see in that paper don't make no sense.
Yeah, okay. You're right, it doesn't make sense to me, but I do find probable cause in it, and I will set your bond at $1,500, and don't have any contact with,
With
your
Ms. Wu?
family.
Ms.
Thank
Wu?
you, goodbye.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, goodbye.
Jenkins is surety bond.
Jenkins is bond, okay. And you are Mr. Chad Donald Laws? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. You have a driving with a suspended license charge, grand theft charge, and no registration charge. That's a combination. All right, find probable cause, set your bonds as follows: $1,000 on the grand theft, $500 on the other 2 counts. Mr. Rivas, hello, can I help you with something, or are you good? Okay. $500 on the other 2 counts, and good luck to you, sir. Mr. Rivas, did you have a case you wanted to call up, or do they know you're bringing them up?
Morning, Judge. Judge, actually, I was told 1 o'clock, but I seen the court started early. It's
Yeah.
Oscar Perez Fiandor. I believe it's been addressed already. Is it possible I can look at the affidavit and readdress it again, Judge?
Yeah, sure, I don't know which case, I can't hear you, though.
Oscar, last name is Perez Fiandor.
I don't think we did that yet. Did we do that yet?
Yes.
Oh, then we did it. Yeah, what did I do? Do we know? Do we remember?
Going back.
Let me,
All right, they'll look it up, and whatever you need, just let me know. Can I keep going while you're putzing around over here? Okay. All right, thank you.
Maples is surety bond.
Maples is surety bond.
Miles is
Okay.
surety bond as well.
Oh, okay.
And we have Miss Purnell.
Miss Parnell, hello, how are you?
Hi. Hi.
Hi. All right, you got charged with possession of cocaine. Probable cause is in the affidavit, and your bond is $1,000. Where's Miss George?
I'm right here, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, that's all.
Okay.
Bye.
Judge, you kept it at a no bond, no contact with victim for Oscar.
For who?
Oscar.
Who's Oscar?
Mr. Rivas's client
Oh.
is the PBL.
I was confused too. I was like, huh?
I'm like, who's Mr. Rivas? I did no bond. Oh, can I see it? All right, you want Mr. Rivas,
think it
you
was
want to
a lie.
address this case with me?
The
Oops. Burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery, and I did no bond?
kept the PBL.
Oh, let me see. Oh. Did you talk, oh, you would see what the state says. Ask Ms. Fleming what she says.
He works for son-in-law.
Supposed to happen.
Mrs. Phillips?
Did you agree to a $10,000 bond with no contact? Is that what I heard? No?
No.
Oh.
No. No, I mean, state's still asking that it be at no bond, given that it is a PBL. So it would be an Arthur hearing within 5 days, so the victim could actually be heard. He's not entitled to a bond at this time.
What did Mr. Rivas offer you? Did he
He's
offer
just-
you anything like?
Judge, I mean, he's been in the community since, I can take testimony, he's been in the community since 2014. He owns a towing company. He works for Copart since 2015, carrying, his whole family lives here, grandchildren, wife, cousins. I mean, I would agree something as high, $30,000. He's been in the community for quite some time. Even if we met GPS, he's got a likelihood that he's gonna lose if he stays here in court.
GPS is not an option in Orange County.
Did you bring a notice of appearance?
I did not, Judge. I just literally obtained, but I can have my office file it right away.
You did what?
I could have my office file it right away, Judge.
Well, we gotta do it now, right? Yeah, because, I mean, what you're asking me to do and what you're asking us to do right now without a notice of appearance is kind of difficult.
I understand that. I can just
So-
do 5 minutes. I don't know if the kids still have a little time, but I can have them do it right now.
You can do it, yeah, whatever time we have left, and then we'll see what we can do next. Okay, thank you. Are you Mr. Parnell? Miss Parnell? Kamisha Parnell? No?
Phillips.
What happened? Oh, we already did it. Oh, right, thank you so much, okay. Oy, oy, oy. Adrian Phillips.
Yes.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Fine.
All right, looks like you failed to appear for a case, and let's see what they said. Was originally, bless you, I think that was his name, it might have been a cough, sorry. All right, it's no bond, you failed to appear on your case, and it is our county, Orange County, okay? Good luck to you.
Your Honor, she has a second case as well.
What's the second case? Oh, you're right. You have a new case. Possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause in the affidavit. Set your bond at $500 in that case. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. All right, are you Mr. Pugh?
Ma'am.
All right, do you have an address, Mr. Pugh?
Yes?
An address. Do you have any place that you could potentially call home besides not having one?
No, ma'am.
Nothing at all?
I could use my sister's address
Where's your sister live?
in Pine Hills.
Okay, and do you have a good relationship with her?
My sister's deceased.
Oh, well, but she has a house?
Yes, she owns the house.
And if she's deceased, then who is in charge of the house?
A son,
Okay, and how old is her son?
28,
And what's her son's name?
Anthony.
And do you have a good relationship with him?
Yes, I do.
So wouldn't he let you, he's family, right?
Yes,
Wouldn't he let you stay with him?
yes.
Okay, what's the address?
4712 Cargina Court.
And you have a phone number for him?
Yes,
Do you know what it is?
407 293 3348.
Your Honor, based on that, he's transient, it's a nonviolent offense. I would ask for an ROR as long as he maintains contact with his attorney.
Does he qualify for PTR? No. All right, I'm gonna just set the bond at $1,000. I tried. Thank you so much. Probable cause in the affidavit.
You still have, you have to pay the bond. 100, you won't qualify for PTR.
Ezekiel Randall. Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Aggravated battery with a weapon. Find probable cause in the affidavit. Set your bond at $5,000. No contact with the victim. Good luck to you. Mr. Rosario,
Yes, ma'am.
2 counts. Fleeing and eluding and possession of amphetamine. On the fleeing and eluding, your bond's $2,500, and on the amphetamine, $1,000. Probable cause for both in the affidavit.
Does he not qualify for pre-TR? Oh, okay. You're not ready for pretrial release.
Okay, I'll do pretrial release instead. Good luck to you.
Did you have any
Fleur.
conditions for?
No. Yes.
St. Florida
Slow
surety
down,
bond.
don't run away from anybody, I don't know. Don't do the amphetamines. Good luck with that one.
St. Florida.
Okay.
So is this Ricolo? Ricolo St. Fleur?
No, surety bond.
Surety bond, sorry.
Sampson is behavior.
Oh,
Defense will waive, Your Honor.
okay. Douglas Simpson, waiver of appearance. 2 counts, burglary and battery. Probable cause for both. $3,500 for the burglary and $2,500 for the battery on the Leo.
Steve asked for no contact, no return.
No contact, no return.
And Singh refused.
Singh refused.
Defense will waive.
Okay. Oy, oy, oy. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Mr. Singh, 4 counts. Burglary, ooh, possession of, burglary with a mask, possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and loitering and prowling. Probable cause in the affidavit. Bonds are as follows: count 1, 5,000, count 2, 150, count 3, possession of drug paraphernalia is 100, and count 4 is loitering. And we have several open cases. 2023 CT 223AO was, I'll do no action on the driving with a suspended license. On the 2023 CF, oh,
That's his AK.
yeah, okay. So on that, no, thank you for your patience. 2023 CT 223AO is driving with a suspended license, no action on that one. 2023 CF 1718AO, grand theft, revoke bond.
Yeah.
2023 CF 358AO, revoke bond. And 2023 CF 357AO, revoke bond.
Your Honor, I don't, well, so 2023 CF 357AO was not filed. Yet
Okay, so no action on 2023 CF 1718AO.
and 2023 CF 358AO was not filed as well.
Okay, so no action on that one too.
1718 he picked up 2 weeks ago. That's
Yeah,
why it's
I
not
didn't-
filed.
Which, I didn't say that one yet.
She just revoked it.
Oh, okay.
Just said no action on it.
All right, so should we start over?
Mhm.
2023, the DWLS, no action. 2023 CF 1718, you're saying you just picked it up, nothing's been filed, so I'll take no action on that one. 2023 CF 3558AO, that one's filed.
No, it's not filed,
It's
Your Honor.
not filed. Okay, so no action on that. 2023 CF 357AO, nothing?
Not filed.
So nothing on any,
They're all extremely recent.
and the only one,
1718?
1718 was 2 weeks ago. That's why there's not a filing decision on it yet. It hasn't even been 30
yeah, I'm not
days.
taking any action on any of his open cases. Okay, goodbye.
Oh, no, this is a different.
Oh, hi. How are you? All right, are you Mr. Small? All right, you have stack here, let me see. All right, you have an open case, 2022 CF 13824 AO. Looks like it was a couple of counts: burglary of a dwelling, carrying a concealed firearm, resisting an officer with violence, and possession of cannabis.
Your Honor, he was arrested 11/29 of 2022, and to date, no information has been filed.
On that,
That is correct.
Yes, Your Honor, so I'd ask that you take no action.
okay. No action on that. And then he was, oh, this is somebody else. This guy.
Yes, ma'am. That's the one.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, okay. All right, now you have driving without a valid driver's license, reckless driving, driving without registration, and fleeing and eluding a police officer. So, on the fleeing and eluding, there's probable cause. I'll set your bond at $2,500. On the possession of cannabis, there's probable cause. I'll set your bond at $1,000. On the registration, the reckless, and the no valid, there's probable cause, and I'll set your bonds on those last three counts at $500. Let me just make sure there's no other counts. No. That's it. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, bye. Eugenio?
Yes, ma'am.
Eugenio Suarez. Possession of methamphetamine. There's a warrant by Judge Tynan for you. This is all the same case? This is the 2020, right, this is all one case. 2022 CF 0150688 AO. You were out on bond, and then you failed to appear. No?
Oh, ma'am.
You got too many cases?
There you go.
Oh, this is a new case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Okay. So you have a warrant on the same charge. You have 2022 CF 0150688 AO. You were ROR'd on that case.
And arrested December 30th, and to date, no information has been filed.
That's correct. It's with that daily.
Okay, on your warrant case, 2023 CF 2230 AO, this case is filed and pending. Yes, Ms. Fleming?
That's the new law warrant, so it just needs.
That's just a warrant. Got it. Thank you. Okay. That's just a warrant. I got it. Okay, so on this bond, this case, you have the warrant, your bond is $3,500. Good luck. No action on the other case. Good luck to you. Wow. Okay. Derek Wilkerson, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, looks like you failed to appear on a case involving possession of controlled substance, and now your bond is $1,000. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Got one question.
Yep,
Do I have any more charges anywhere?
ask her. I don't think so. Not that I can see. All right. Frederick Williams failed to report after vacating a residence, failed to report driver's license office change of name.
Already changed.
Okay. It says no bond. Does he get a bond here?
He does.
All right. Any recommendations? Anything, Ms. George, Ms. Fleming?
He doesn't have that extensive a criminal history. However, he is a registered sex offender, so state would ask for 2,000 on one and then a subsidiary on two.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, 2,000 on one, 100 on count two. Thank you.
He has reporting requirements, Your Honor, so he has to report this address to the sheriff's department.
Okay. Include the reporting requirements. And that's it. Thank you. All right, let me sign this stuff, and then I have to take a quick potty break. What else do I need to do besides talk to Mr. Rivas? Did he leave?
No, he stepped right here to talk.
Oh, okay. I was hoping he left. He didn't give up, huh? Was everybody okay working this late through lunch? Usually at 12 o'clock, we stop, but we kind of raced through. Is everybody good with that? Good. I'm happy. Thank you. Let's take a quick recess.
Madam Interpreter, you have to say it over the loudspeaker.
Señor, ¿puede usted por favor decir su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Oscar Alvarado.
Oscar Alvarado.
Okay, sir, you are here on a charge of violation of non-resident exemption to drive, non-resident requirements for driver's license. I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge.
Bien, señor, usted está cumplido con la excepción que le permite manejar por no ser residente con respecto a la licencia de conducir. He repasado la affidavit acusatorio y hallo de que hay un motivo fundado.
Your Honor, we're having a lot of difficulty hearing the interpreter.
Okay, it's a little broken up on our end as well. Madam Interpreter, are you having any technical issues today?
It's just a little difficult, Your Honor, because when I speak, I hear my own voice and it's kind of difficult to concentrate. But
Yeah.
I'm going to hold it closer to my mouth and see if it works.
Yeah.
Is this better?
That's a little better. Yeah, okay.
The interpreter will go ahead and repeat the charge, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Señor, a usted se le acusa de haber incumplido la excepción para personas que no son residentes con respecto a su licencia de conducir. He repasado el affidavit acusatorio y hallo que hay un motivo fundado.
Okay, I'm going to set bond at $100.
Bien, le voy a fijar la fianza en la suma de $100.
Anything further from the state?
¿Algo más por parte de la Fiscalía?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, su señoría.
No, sir.
Okay.
¿Y la defensa? No, señor.
Okay,
Está bien.
best of luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Next court date is still in jail, March 9th, if filed March 14th, in courtroom 5B at 9:30 a.m.
Si sigue estando en la cárcel, la próxima cita ante el tribunal va a ser el día 9 de marzo. Si ha podido salir en libertad, la próxima cita ante el tribunal va a ser en el tribunal en la sala 5B a las 9. Madam Clerk, was that 9 or 9:30?
9 or 9:30.
9:30.
A las 9:30. Thank you.
Okay. Asniel Banos?
Asniel Banos,
PD appointed.
se le nombra el defensor público.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Bien, buenas tardes, señor. ¿Pudiera usted, por favor, decir su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Osniel Banos. Mi fecha de nacimiento es 05-23-1969.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Osniel Banos, and my date of birth is this May 23rd, 9.
Okay, sir. You are here on a charge of domestic battery by strangulation.
Bien, señor. Usted se encuentra aquí en el día de hoy por un cargo de agresión doméstica mediante estrangulamiento.
We need to get IT in here.
Yeah, they're listening in already. I called them.
Okay. We're working on it. Could you just repeat that? We didn't catch that charge.
Yes, Your Honor. Usted se encuentra aquí en el día de hoy, señor, por un cargo de agresión doméstica por estrangulamiento.
I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge.
He repasado el affidavit acusatorio y hallo que existe un motivo fundado con respecto a este cargo.
Bond will be set at $2,000
La fianza se le fijará la suma de $2,000.
as a condition you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim.
Como condición, no deberá tener contacto alguno con la presunta víctima.
You are not to possess or use any weapons or firearms.
No deberá poseer ni utilizar ningún tipo de arma ni arma de fuego.
And you are to maintain separate residences from the alleged victim.
Y usted tendrá que tener un domicilio aparte del de la presunta víctima.
Anything further from the state?
¿Algo más por parte del Estado?
No, Your Honor.
A su señoría.
Your Honor, you want
La-
to bond with PCR?
We would ask for a one-time return to collect personal effects.
¿Algo más por parte de la defensa? Vamos a pedir, su señoría, que se le permita regresar al domicilio una vez para recoger sus efectos personales.
I will allow a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover personal belongings.
Le permitiré que regrese una vez acompañado por las autoridades para recoger sus pertenencias.
And the bond will be with pretrial release, with PTR.
Y la fianza será poniéndolo en el programa de PTR, o sea, de libertad supervisada previa al juicio.
Best of luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor. Your Honor, may the interpreter have the case number, please?
23 CF 598.
Thank you.
Next court date on demand.
La próxima cita ante el tribunal quedará pendiente cuando se le exija que se presente.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Beatrice Freitas Nelson.
PD appointed.
Beatriz Fritas Nelson. Se le nombra el defensor público.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señora. ¿Puede decir su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Beatriz Freitas, y mi fecha de nacimiento es el 19 de noviembre del 81.
Beatriz Freitas. And my date of birth is November 9, 1981.
Okay, ma'am. You are here on a charge of battery, touching or striking, domestic in nature.
Bien, señora, usted está aquí por un acto de agresión, de haber tocado o de haber lastimado a alguna persona. Es un acto de violencia intrafamiliar.
I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge.
He repasado la affidavit acusatorio y hallo de que existe un motivo fundado para la causa.
Bond will be set at $1,000
La fianza se le fijará en la suma de $1,000.
as a condition you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim.
Y como condición no deberá tener contacto con la presunta víctima.
You are to maintain separate residences from the alleged victim,
Tendrá que tener un domicilio aparte del de la presunta víctima.
and you are not to possess or use any weapons or firearms.
Y no deberá poseer ni utilizar ningún tipo de arma ni armas de fuego.
And the bond will be with pretrial release.
Y la fianza será con el programa de libertad previa al juicio. I'm sorry, Your Honor, did that get cut off?
No, we caught that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anything further from the state?
¿Algo más por parte de la Fiscalía?
Your Honor, the victim is present. I spoke with him before this court today.
Just make sure you might want to sit. If you want to remain seated, you can. I think they're having trouble hearing you.
Thank you. I spoke with the victim prior to court today. He is present. He has the defendant's 15-year-old daughter currently. Could we set a exchange at the sheriff's office or another police department for the defendant getting her daughter back?
A su señoría, hablé con la víctima quien está aquí presente en el día de hoy. Hablé con él antes de comenzar esta sesión judicial en el día de hoy. Actualmente, la hija de la acusada, de 15 años de edad, está con él. Nos gusta entonces fijar un lugar donde pueda él pasarle a ella su hija, ya sean las oficinas de los alguaciles o en un lugar público como un departamento de la policía con ese propósito.
I take it from what you're saying, it's not his daughter. Also, it's not his biological daughter.
Correct.
Okay.
Por lo que me está diciendo, deduzco de que no es hija de él, o sea, que no es su hija biológica. Correcto.
Defense, would you like to be heard on that?
¿La defensa quiere decir algo al respecto?
Yes, we would ask for a no hostile contact with regards to the daughter, so that they can arrange picking up of the child in a safe manner. I don't wish for anything to be misconstrued and for her to be picked up on any kind of violation of no contact order in regards to just her trying to pick up her daughter.
Así, su señoría, lo que vamos a pedir es que haya contacto, pero que ese contacto no sea hostil con respecto a la hija. Que se hagan los arreglos necesarios para que ella pueda recoger a la niña de una manera segura. No quisiera que esto se vaya a interpretar, que la vayan a arrestar a ella por tener algún tipo de incumplimiento de la orden que prohíbe el contacto con ella cuando ella simplemente esté tratando de ir a recoger a su hija.
Any position on non-hostile, or would you prefer no contact with just an exception for a one-time exchange?
La Fiscalía, ¿cuál es su postura al respecto? ¿Usted está de acuerdo en que se les permita tener contactos siempre y cuando no sea hostil? ¿O prefiere que se prohíba todo contacto con la excepción de cuando vayan a entregarle la niña a la acusada?
The state and the victim are requesting no contact. I believe the sheriff's office can assist with the meeting so that the no contact can remain.
La Fiscalía y la prefieren que no haya contacto. Así que podemos contar con la ayuda de la oficina de alguaciles para que ellos puedan actuar como intermediarios y que no haya contacto.
Okay, it's gonna maintain no contact. I will allow for an exchange. Obviously, I don't know if that's, do we need a date? Do we need a date and time, or can they?
I mean, the way that I've seen judges do it previously is usually if there's a third party, like if her mother or his mother or any family member can be
Right.
there, and then that's the one time that they can drop off the kids.
Entonces yo no sé si hay alguna manera que pueden hacer algún tipo de intercambio, porque vamos a conservar la orden que prohíbe el contacto, pero obviamente va a haber que permitirse que se haga una vez, puedan ponerse arreglo en cuanto a la fecha y la hora. Según yo he visto como lo hacen otros jueces, anteriormente se le pide a una tercera parte, ya sea la mamá de él o la madre de ella, para que entonces ellos estén presentes para este intercambio que va a ocurrir solamente en una ocasión.
I don't know how much of that you caught, counsel, but would it be sufficient for our purposes today if I include language that says the parties will be permitted to exchange the child at the sheriff's office?
Yo no sé, licenciada, cuánto de lo que dije usted alcanzó a captar, pero ¿le parece a usted si fuera suficiente incluir algún tipo de lenguaje en la orden de las partes ya?
Okay, you're really in and out right now, Madam Court Reporter, Madam Interpreter.
Licenciada, no sé cuánto alcanzó a entender de lo que se dijo, pero ¿sería suficiente si hay algún tipo de lenguaje en la orden que diga que a las partes se les permite intercambiar la menor en las oficinas de los alguaciles?
That's acceptable to the state, Your Honor.
Esto es aceptable para la Fiscalía, su señoría.
Defense.
And Your Honor, we would still ask for the no hostile contact only for the purposes of arranging the exchange of the daughter. Sometimes I can only envision several different scenarios where all of a sudden you have something arranged and then plans go to chaos essentially, and then you have to contact that person being like, hey, we need to rearrange this. So that's the purpose of my asking for the no hostile contact solely for the purposes of the daughter's exchange with no contact for any other purpose.
La defensa sigue pidiendo que haya contacto siempre y cuando no sea hostil, para que entonces ellos puedan hacer los arreglos, para que entonces él le pase su hija a ella. Porque hay veces que yo pudiera prever que surja una situación diferente en la que se hacen arreglos y entonces tal vez se desencadena una situación caótica y entonces en ese caso tendrían que tener contacto con la persona y tendrían que hacer entonces otros arreglos, pero entonces si es contacto sin hostilidad para que se haga de esta manera, pero solamente con el propósito de entregarle a su hija y no con ningún otro propósito.
Officer Jenkins, from a PTR perspective, is this something that you have any role in? Okay, I didn't think so.
El oficial no tiene perspectiva alguna al respecto. ¿Su señoría?
We could also ask for third-party contact for the arranging of the daughter, of picking up the daughter, if that is easier for everyone.
Is there somebody?
Si acaso fuera más fácil para todos, pudiéramos nosotros también pedir de que se utilice una tercera persona para que esta persona sirva de contacto, para que se puedan hacer los arreglos, para que ella vaya a recoger a su hija.
State?
So there is not a third party, but the 15-year-old does have a cell phone, so she can contact her mom to help set up the pickup.
No hay una tercera persona, pero la menor tiene 15 años de edad y ella tiene un número de teléfono, tiene teléfono celular, así que ella puede comunicarse con la mamá para hacer los arreglos necesarios para que ella la vaya a recoger.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. It's no contact, with the exception that the parties will be able to exchange the minor child at a mutually agreeable time to be coordinated between the defendant and the minor.
Bien, entonces esto es lo que vamos a hacer. Voy a prohibir que haya contacto, con la excepción de cuando las partes vayan a pasarse la menor una a la otra, y esto es llegando a un acuerdo mutuo anterior entre la acusada y la menor.
Defense, anything further?
Que se coordine entre ellas.
We would just ask for a one-time return as well, so that she can collect any personal effects, such as clothes and the like.
I'm sorry, close and what?
The like.
Thank you. Sí, la defensa va a pedir que se le permita a ella regresar una vez al domicilio para ella poder recoger su ropa y cosas así por el estilo.
Yes, I will allow a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings.
Sí, voy a permitir que regrese una vez bajo siendo acompañada por las autoridades para que ella pueda ir a recoger sus efectos personales, pero solamente una vez.
Thank you, ma'am. Best of luck.
Gracias, señora. Buena suerte.
I'll edit it later.
Your Honor, may the interpreter have the case number, please?
23MM438.
Okay, you good? Do you need us, or do you need the, you sure? Okay. All right, Persida Luque?
PD appointed.
Persida Luque, se le nombra al defensor público.
Perfect. Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señora. ¿Puede decir su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Persida Luque, noviembre 8 del 81.
Persida Luque, November 8, 81.
Okay, ma'am, you are here on a warrant arrest for false statement filed with insurance.
Bien, señora, usted se encuentra aquí en el día de hoy por una orden de arresto que se emitió por haber dado una declaración falsa a un seguro.
Probable cause was previously found via the warrant.
El motivo fundado se determinó que existe, y esto se determinó ya anteriormente mediante la orden de arresto.
Officer Jenkins, she qualified for direct PTR?
Yes, sir.
Oficial, ¿reúne ella las condiciones necesarias para que se le permita estar en libertad previa al juicio, siendo supervisada? Sí.
State any objection to direct PTR with no bond?
La Fiscalía se opone a que se le permita que la pongan en este programa de libertad supervisada previa al juicio sin fianza.
No, Your Honor.
No, Su Señoría.
Okay, so I will order direct pretrial release with no bond.
Ordenaré entonces permita salir en libertad bajo la supervisión del programa de libertad previa al juicio sin fianza.
Okay. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Buena suerte, señora.
Next
Thank
court
you.
date, March 7th, in courtroom 4F at 8:30 a.m.
Madam Clerk, would you kindly repeat that for the benefit of the interpreter?
Yes. Next court date, March 7th, in courtroom 4F at 8:30 a.m.
La próxima cita ante el tribunal será el día 7 de marzo en la sala 4F a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And the case number is 23 CF 438.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any additional interpreters, defense? Additional, okay. All right, that will do it for us. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
You're very welcome, Your Honor. May I have your name again, please?
Judge Netcher, Netcher.
Thank you very much.
Yep. All right, Saul Robles Pacheco.
He actually.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Gregory Goley. Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Greg Gully, 5792.
All right, Mr. Goley, you're here on an out-of-county warrant for failure to appear. You will be transferred to, what county are we in?
Bay County?
You'll be transferred to Bay County. Best of luck, sir.
What day? You know what day I am?
It's about 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. I can't give you an estimate. It takes 24 to 48 hours on it.
Your Honor, that's on both cases?
Yes.
One case is set at 0 and the second one is set at 400. So, but regardless, you can't bond out because of the 0 bond.
All right, Melvin Johnson.
The attorney of record for this defendant is Matthew Brockshield.
And Your Honor, the Public Defender's Office had been previously appointed to this case, but we had withdrawn in September of 2022, and so I believe that this is a regional conflict counsel case.
Okay, is counsel present?
Please no. They usually don't come for the IAs. Yeah.
All right. All right, sir, can you state your name and date of birth?
Melvin Johnson, 12668.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you're here on a bench warrant arrest for failure to appear. Bond was set at 0. It's going to remain at 0. Best of luck to you, sir.
Next court date, April 4th, in courtroom 5A at 9 a.m.
All right, Michaela Farless.
PD appointed.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Michaela Farless, January 31st, 1995.
Okay, Ms. Farless, you are here on 2 cases. On the first case, 23 CT 888, the charge is driving under the influence. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. On case 23 CF 601, the charges are possession of controlled substance, 2 counts of possession of controlled substance without a prescription, 1 count of possession of harmful drugs without a prescription, and 1 count of possession or use of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for those charges. Officer Jenkins, she qualifies for direct PTR?
Yes.
Okay. Any objection to direct PTR, State?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to order direct pretrial release with no bond. As a condition of release, you are not to have any drugs or alcohol. On direct PTR, Officer Jenkins, they do automatic urinalysis, or is that something I have to order separately? Okay, so I'll also order random urinalysis
For both drug and alcohol?
for drug and alcohol. Anything further from the state?
And that, the direct PTRs on both cases, Judge?
Yes.
Is the random urinalysis and no drugs and alcohol on both cases as well, Your Honor?
Correct.
Nothing further from the state.
Defense?
Nothing from defense.
Okay, best of luck to you, ma'am.
Next court date for 23 CF 601 on demand and 23 CT 888, March 14th in courtroom 5B at 9:30 a.m.
I'm sorry, we missed the court date with if out.
For the 23 CF 601 on demand and for 23 CT 888, March 14th in courtroom 5B at 9:30.
Thank you.
Nobody's called in to the,
I have Willis on hold whenever you're ready. And it's gonna be for Giuliano, so not the next one, but the one after that.
okay, we'll just take them in turn then.
Yeah.
All right. Stephen Lawson?
PD appointed.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. My name is Stephen Michael Lawson. Date of birth is September 24th, 1972.
Okay, Mr. Lawson, you are here on one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill and one count of resisting arrest without violence. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charges. Bond will be set on the aggravated assault count at $10,000 and on the resisting count at $500. As a condition, you are not to possess or use any weapons or firearms. You are not to have any contact with the alleged victim, and you are not to use any alcohol, drugs, or non-prescription medications. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, the no contact order is fine. This is I believe, neighbor case. So if we could just have a understanding that no contact means if you see them go inside, because it does appear that this gentleman lives in a separate residence from.
Right, right. It is a neighbor, and that makes it a little, I appreciate where you're coming from, but I think no contact means no contact. If you see somebody that's not contact, just go in your house is probably what you want to do, sir. Do you understand?
No, I totally understand that, Your Honor. I guess where my confusion is the amount of the bond. I guess I don't understand how that works. Is that 10% of that, or I mean?
Well, your lawyer will be able to advise if you believe you are entitled to a lesser bond for whatever reason. You're free to file a motion with the division judge who will be presiding over your case. At this time, based on the affidavit that's been filed, that's my determination today. Okay? Okay? Yeah, and that'll be with PTR, with pretrial release also.
Just since it's with PTR, do you want to also do the random drug?
Yes.
No.
Next door. Yeah.
Next court date on demand.
And Your Honor, PTR is informing me that no contact is within 500 feet, which makes the issue of the residence an actual issue. So.
We can modify does it actually say 500? Because I know we do that in injunctions, or is that just how y'all interpret it?
That's what PTR is saying. So no direct contact with said person?
I mean.
State any input?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on, I have contact.
Are they apartment complex neighbors? It didn't sound like it was.
So it says on the no contact order, it says you
It's a
must
house,
not be
Your
within
Honor.
500 feet of the victim's or another named person's residence, even if the defendant and the victim or other named person
Let me
share
see
a
it.
residence. write on the order unless at the home, just no direct contact.
Do we have any sense, defense as to how far apart their homes are?
I believe it's standard, sort of a lot next to a lot. There is, I don't believe, an intervening house.
PTR, was there any contact with this alleged victim?
Nope, unable to leave message.
Okay. I'm okay with direct contact if there's no objection to no direct contact. State, any thoughts on that?
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine.
You okay with that?
Could we say no direct contact while at the residence?
While at the residence?
And then further, no contact. I believe that would satisfy everyone, no direct contact while at residence, and then no contact within the community.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna edit the actual contact order too, so just set. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Next court date on demand.
All right, Juliana, are we on her, Juliana? Juliana Nogueira Becerra.
Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you're on the record. I put the mic to the phone. You're on speaker.
We have private counsel on this defense.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, can I have appearances, please, for the defendant?
This is Attorney Jason Willis.
Good afternoon, Mr. Willis. Thanks for being here. And ma'am, can you state your name and date of birth?
Juliana Becerra, August 17, 1992.
Okay, ma'am, you have been charged, or you're here on a charge of battery, touching, or striking, domestic in nature. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Willis.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that the alleged victim is present.
Yes,
and he does. He's indicating to me that he does not want to pursue the charges. He wants to have contact. So I would ask for at least no hostile contact and a reasonable bond, or if not ROR.
Thank you, sir. And he can approach, sir. You can approach. Yes. I'll just swear you in. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir. Okay, and could you state your name?
Kyle Becerra.
All right, Mr. Becerra, are you the alleged victim in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right, if Ms. Nogueira Becerra is released on bond, do you want to have any contact with her?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any concerns that if she is permitted to have contact with you, that you could be in harm's way or danger in any way?
No, sir.
All right, would you contact law enforcement if something occurred which caused you concern for your own safety?
Yes, sir.
All right, State, do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Who called the police in this case?
Just make sure you're speaking into the mic so that Mr. Willis can hear us. Mr. Willis, if you can't hear us at all, please feel free to let us know.
I cannot hear it.
Okay. Should I get closer maybe?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. All right. Sorry.
That's okay.
Who called the police in this case?
Am I supposed to? Okay. She called the police. My wife called the police.
Okay. If something were to happen like this again, would you feel comfortable calling the police?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has anything like this happened before?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No further questions.
Defense, would you like to question at all?
I'm sorry. Is the court addressing me?
Yes, Mr. Willis, sorry.
I apologize. I could not hear what was said previously.
I can give you a summary. I questioned him, and he indicated he has no concerns and wants contact. State questioned him, and he indicated that the defendant called the police, but that he would have no concerns contacting the police if something else occurred.
Oh, I have no follow-up to that.
Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to set a bond at $500 As a condition of bond, there will be no hostile contact, meaning that you will be permitted to have contact, but it cannot be of a hostile nature. So if you so much as raise your voice, ma'am, you run the risk of potentially violating the conditions of bond and being back incarcerated while you await trial on the charge. Also, as a condition, you are not to have any weapons or firearms. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Willis, anything further?
She can return to the home, correct?
That's right.
Okay. I have nothing further.
And is this with PTR, Judge?
No.
Next court date on demand.
Okay, best of luck.
Sir.
Best of luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Willis. All right, Brian Lee.
He bonded, Judge. Bonded, Your Honor.
Carlos Padilla Velez.
PD appointed.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Carlos Padilla, July 13, 1996.
All right, Mr. Padilla, you are here on one count aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, one count of battery, touching or striking, and one count of criminal mischief. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for those charges. Bond is going to be set with pretrial release. Bond will be on the aggravated assault count, $7,500. On the battery count, $1,000, and on the criminal mischief count, $500. As a condition, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You are not to possess or use any weapons or firearms. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you are to maintain separate residences from the alleged victim. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
One moment. Next court date on demand, and Judge, for the battery and criminal, it was 500 each, correct? Nothing
No.
further.
I'm sorry?
Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. It was, I thought it was 1,500.
That's also what I had, Your Honor.
All right, Jorge Ruiz.
PD appointed.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
George Brewer, 4/11/1986.
All right, sir, you are here on a charge of possession of controlled substance without a prescription and another count of possession of or use of drug paraphernalia. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charges. Bond on the possession charge will be $500. That's possession of controlled substance. And on the drug paraphernalia charge, $250. As a condition, you are not to have any drugs or non-prescription medications. Does the state have any position on the open case? 22 CF 3160. It's a possession case as well.
Your Honor, he's violated bond by picking up a new law offense that's found probable cause. The state would ask that you revoke bond in the case he was on bond for when he got this case.
Defense, would you like to be heard on that?
Your Honor, we would be asking for a bond not to be revoked in that case. These are largely nonviolent offenses, and addiction is an issue that Mr. Ruiz seems to be suffering with, and so we would ask for a bond not to be revoked.
Okay. This time I am going to revoke on case 22 CF 3160 and set it 0. And best of luck to you, sir.
Next court date on demand.
Ronald Serrano.
PD appointed.
Ronald Serrano, 11079.
Good afternoon, Mr. Serrano. You are here on a charge of battery, touching or striking, domestic in nature. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond's going to be set, I'm going to order pretrial release with a bond of $1,000. As a condition, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're to maintain separate residences, and you are not to possess or use any weapons or firearms. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
We'd be asking for a one-time return for personal effects.
Sure.
Oh, wait, what about his change? I got a 5-year-old son with her. So what about my 5-year-old son? Like, I go get my son, like, do I exchange that? Like, ask him, like, how?
That's with your stepdaughter.
That's my stepdaughter, but she got my son. Oh,
Your stepdaughter has
yeah,
your son?
no, my wife. Because she lives there. My son lives there with them.
So you can't contact your stepdaughter.
Oh, all right, all right, all right,
You can't talk about your stepdaughter.
all right, all right, all right.
And anything further other than the one-time return request?
No, there's a other minor child that was not related to this incident, that his wife and him can speak about that child, not the stepdaughter, though.
Okay. All right. So I will permit a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings. Next court date?
On demand.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Do you know why this one's 2 cases?
Because if it's a different reports.
All right.
I don't know why.
All right. Carolina Spidell.
Katie appointed, and I think she's in medical. Is she in medical?
Yes, but,
She's here.
Never mind.
but I do have a request from mental health.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Yes, by Doll, 11/16/86.
Okay, ma'am, you're here on 2 cases. One, on case 23 CF 609, 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, firefighter, and on case 23 CF 611, 1 count of battery on a law enforcement officer. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for those charges. Officer Jenkins, you had a mental health request?
Yes, our mental health wants to, can she get ROR so she could be Baker Act? She came in on a Baker Act hold, so they want to know can she be ROR on these cases?
State any objection to an ROR on, with the understanding that she's to be Baker active?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, would you like to be heard on that?
We would request an ROR on this case.
I suspected as much. All right, so I will ROR on the charges with the understanding from PTR that there will be a Baker Act. So I wish you the best of luck, ma'am.
Next court date on demand.
Jody Straw?
I believe bonded.
Okay. Pablo Lopez?
Katie appointed.
I don't have any information for him, so.
He was a reset from the weekend. Do you have anything?
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Pablo Lopez, 11/12/83.
No, the top.
Okay, sir, you are here on a charge of battery by an inmate. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond is going to be set at $2,500. As a condition, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim, not to have any weapons or firearms. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Given the location of this, it really is almost beyond Mr. Lopez's control if he has contact with this other person.
Right, it is odd, I'm with you on that. He's incarcerated where?
Here.
Okay,
The COs can keep them apart.
the COs will be able to keep him, yeah. Yeah, I assume they're probably already doing that in any event, given the circumstances.
I'm being informed that they're doing a keep away
Okay.
for this case. I just wanted to make sure that all the i's and were dotted and t's crossed.
Understood. Best of luck to you, sir.
Next court date on demand.
Yeah.
And then these are for the next two. You might not have one.
All right. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rebecca Ramirez?
PD appointed.
And, Your Honor, in regards to the engagement second violation, I don't see any kind of probable cause where it's been alleged that she has a conviction within the police report.
All right, let me announce the case, and then we'll get into that. Ma'am, can you state your name and date of birth?
Rebecca Ramirez, January 8th, 1992.
Okay, you're here on 3 counts, 1 count of...
One moment.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's freezing in here. I don't know how you do it. Girl, my legs are this cold. That makes so much sense. I opened it and I'm like, I was like, I just need to run my legs. Oh, you have a heater here. See, in my equipment.
Ready to go?
We're good.
Okay. You're here on 3 counts, 1 count of engaging, offering prostitution, 2nd violation, 1 count of altering, destroying, concealing, removing records, and 1 count of possession or use of drug paraphernalia. Defense, your probable cause argument?
Yes, in regards to the second violation, I've seen nothing in the police report where it indicates that she has had a conviction in the past.
State, any response?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is in agreement that there's no mention of that, as well as would point out in the final paragraph, the officer does not say second violation, he just says solicitation of prostitution. The state would say that the court can find probable cause on a lesser included offense, which would be the engaging in solicitation of prostitution without this second portion. So I would ask you to find probable cause for that and set bond in that case.
I will find probable cause on the lesser included and on the other counts. She qualifies for direct PTR, correct? Oh, I'm sorry, I have it. Looks like it. There's a check mark.
By the direct.
Yeah. Any objection to direct PTR, state?
Your Honor.
I'm going to order direct pretrial release with no bond. As a condition, you are not to use or possess any drugs or alcohol. And as I will order along with that random ear analysis as part of the pretrial release.
For both drug and alcohol?
Yes. Anything further from the defense?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Okay. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next court date on demand.
All right. That's hers. Alice Triplett?
PD appointed.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth, please?
Alice Triplett, 11/2/1964.
Okay, Ms. Triplett, you are here on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond's going to be set at $2,000 as a condition of bond. You are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You are to maintain separate residences. You are not to return to the scene of the crime, and you are not to use or possess any weapons or firearms. State anything further?
Yes, Your Honor, she was out on bond for 22 MM 2642. So I would ask that you revoke bond in that case.
I don't, it's not on bond.
What is the charge in that case?
Petty theft.
I'm not out on bond.
Petty theft.
I'm sorry, I missed the case number?
22 MM 2642. It was a notice to appear filed by the state back on November 30th of last year. And it's
I
set
can't
for
hear you,
pretrial
I'm
and.
sorry.
Oh, she can't hear you.
What didn't you hear?
Can you hear her now?
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 22 MM 2642. It's set for pretrial in front of Judge Epperson on March 22nd of this month, or, next month at 1:30 p.m.
Defense, would you like to be heard on the request to revoke?
Yes, please. Your Honor, Ms. Triplett does take care of her elderly mother, and we would be asking for the bond in 22 MM 2642 to be stayed in for no action to be taken on that. And we would ask for the bond in the current case. We would ask for a bond of $1,000. She does care for her elderly mother, and we'd be asking for a bond that she can afford so that she can continue to care for her elderly mother.
Judge, just to clarify the record, she's not on bond for this case. It's a notice to appear, so it's,
Okay.
yeah.
Stay withdraw as its
There's
request.
there's nothing to revoke. All right, bond is going to remain at the 2,000 and the conditions as previously stated, but there's no action taken on the other case because she's not out on bond. Okay? Thank you.
Next court date on demand. And that should be it.
Did we miss any, counsel?
I'm sorry.
Did we miss any?
No, that's it.
All right, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Pleasure to see you, Judge.